What happened? Bro, I know. Trust me. I be wanting to hear music and shit, and I can't. Broke boy status right here, man. It's just. Can you open it, brother?
We'll just watch Short's work.
I want him to
It
actually.
looks like he just came out of work.
Yeah, I did.
Some new pad brakes. Got some rotors of a Porsche 911.
Damn. Hopefully they fucking. I got the right ones. Really good,
Hey, bro. Why'd you guys do your little bro like that, bro?
Oh, I know. He was hella crying yesterday.
Mood. Real? I honestly don't care. No. So look, when people put them on, typically they'll put them because obviously it spins that way.
Yeah.
It looks cool. I get it. And then if you go over here, and you put it on like this.
Clap.
It doesn't look right, so it's spinning the opposite direction.
But that's the way it's supposed to.
I was told, I could be wrong, someone's gonna talk their BS. I already know it's gonna happen because car, but
They always talk
usually
shit
I
on my
put
comments.
it going towards this way because these lines right here, they're meant to take away heat. So as it's spinning that way, I've seen it, like, I forgot where they showed it. It was like a live demonstration, but they showed the heat actually like dissipating more with the rotor going that way. And it goes like that. I mean,
It
it does
consumes
help,
more heat.
but it just looks cool. So I usually put them like this. You can put them like that too. But
No, I mean,
I
let's
usually
do
put
the
it
right
like that.
way. Yeah.
I've heard it helps with heat more, so
Fuck
I
yeah.
recommend like that. So I think we should be all right though.
Bet it. They're mid though. They are mid, but fuck it. Better than what I'm rocking right now. I'll tell you that much.
Cool, whatever.
Nah.
I was gonna buy it, but I'm a large.
I'll get you it for Christmas.
I will.
Sheesh.
You have to up it a whole new size.
Good
thing your brake pads are pretty new, so like you see they're still like pretty good.
Yeah.
So when we press the piston to your caliper, it's not gonna need a lot. Like your brake setup's still pretty fresh, to be honest.
Okay.
You should be pretty. Damn, sure, just scraping everywhere, huh?
Yeah. I don't fucking take the angles right.
Yeah, I don't think you're meant for that static. Which I don't fucking recommend. But some of them have 2 bolts.
One on top, one on the bottom.
Yeah. And if it doesn't, it'll just have one.
Mm-hmm.
If it just has the one, that's meant to do just this. Hold up.
It would drop the caliper to the...
No.
Oh, it'll pick it up.
This up.
Oh,
So if you were to do just your brake pads,
Uh-huh.
you just do just your brake pads. So, and then also, I don't know if I told you a long ass time ago what your sliding pin.
It's this in here, right?
So it's this one
Yeah.
and this one. I had greased both of them up.
Yeah, and that's what, yeah, for
They're,
sure.
they're
for sure.
dry. If you don't grease these up, I mean, over time, think of it like oil. Like obviously what happens if you don't do your oil change for after a long time. Oil sludge.
Yeah.
So same thing with the grease in here. If you don't change it after a while, it tends to get like, just like rock, like it hardens.
Oh shit, like
So,
clay.
Basically, yeah. So once you have clay, think of it like this. Once this pressing pushes this pad in, at the same time it's pushing this in, it's pulling this back like that.
Yeah.
So that way it engages this pad also.
Away from.
So once this is hit, this goes like that, and that's how it presses both pads. Now imagine if you press your brakes and this can't slide back to its spot, it'll stay stuck right here. One pad gets worn down, your rotor stays stuck more often, your car's gonna need more force to drive, then you're gonna lose gas mileage. Like,
Oh shit. It does play a big effect then.
yeah, so all these years are good because I greased them not that long ago, so that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, that
See,
was
like,
clutch, yo.
they can come out. So that, and then also don't ever
Drop that brake line. Or
leave
what?
it. Don't ever just leave it hanging because
Yeah.
it's rubber. I mean, you can. Most people do, but I
Nah, it's
prefer
cool.
not to. And the back, nothing fancy. Just what are they? 14? No, they're 17s.
They didn't come in time. The rears, I was trying to get the same brand with the disc and shit, but I know you had told me about the Taggy conversion.
Yeah. This worked just as good, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, on my impact fit, probably not. Nope, it doesn't. There we go.
That's not 1/2?
No, it's a 3/8.
Oh, the 3/8.
That's a big bitch.
That's the one I want. That's the next one. I'm gonna show you my setup right now. You're gonna be surprised what I have. How big. This is the one you're holding.
Do you know why I gotta take off this though? No wrong answers.
Hold up. Give me a little bit because I actually somewhat know. You're gonna take it off so you could. Take it off first, and then let me see what's good with it.
All right, let's see if you can figure out why.
Yeah.
You know why I gotta take it off?
Well, because you're gonna take this shit off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people will try taking off the rotor with this thing on.
Right, and just struggle. You're
not gonna take it off. That's impossible. So now you just have bare rotor. So with these, usually I have my impact, but I don't have it on me, so.
Yeah, hopefully they're not fucked, because I've seen people struggle with that. You gotta take these two next, so that's what we gonna do.
I know they have some Harbor Freight, but usually with these, I try using that bit that's very specific. So like you see this one, how it's like pointy?
Yeah.
Let's say for example, if I try putting that on, you see how the front still has like some gap?
Yeah, it does.
Not gonna go with me. So usually you'll get something like, fuck trip, I don't even think I have it on me. But like for example, okay.
Which one? The one, you want the one that snugs the most, right?
Yeah, usually it'd be more
That
flat,
grips.
but I don't think I have it on me. But this one will work.
Go for it.
It should be fine. And then you can do.
You can spray down though, or you'll be.
Shock it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that bitch is in there.
We're gonna have to use an impact.
Yeah.
This is where it gets scary.
Setup right here.
Okay.
So if you go through this little struggle.
I'm only gonna leave it on the one setting because this gun's pretty damn strong.
Yeah, that's torque.
So, got the bit. Give it a little shock. Hope to God this goes how it's supposed to go.
The first side is always the side you struggle, and I feel like the second side is always easier. But come on, big bitch. Ooh!
I told you?
Damn, look at how fucking white that bitch is. Yeah.
So, usually that's where the impact comes. Usually they have that little thing. You can get it from Harbor Freight. The same shit just shocks it, and as it's hitting it, it'll twist it.
Yeah.
I don't do brakes enough to remember to buy that, but this is your next best bet. Just do not, I swear, do not go crazy with this. Just tap.
Right.
You just want to shock it. That's all you're trying to do. Bingo.
Yes, sir.
And then after that, we can put some grease on this so it doesn't do that. Good to go.
Boom.
Money.
Yeah.
Do you hear that?
What is that? Is that good or bad? There's always some shit.
We're fucked. You know what that means, right?
No?
Nah, I'm talking shit. Just a gear. Just a gear.
I thought like bad axle or something.
Where's that rotor at?
Where is that? Mid-ass rotor. This is the old one.
You got your brake cleaner?
Yeah, sir. Let me get it from the carrito. Where'd he go? He's gonna put you guys in game again.
So you know how you like I say you're using your brake cleaner or whatever the fuck?
Yeah.
And you know how sometimes you don't want to lose it and you don't want to leave it like this? I don't know if you knew this.
But it doesn't. Oh, there you go.
You just save it.
Yeah, just put it right there and you're chilling.
Oh,
This fucking guy was like, I thought we were trying to save it.
you're crazy, huh? Alright. Nothing to it.
Spray down a little bit.
Do you know why they have like oil on it? Where you have to do it?
Well, because it has that oil. But what is that oil for? Like, why do they put that shit on it? So it don't rust?
Pretty much, like what happens when water gets on those.
It does that right there.
Like it rusts. So that way, if you at least have a film on it, oil doesn't mix with water, so it technically won't rust. And then also,
hopefully they fit, yo. Oh yeah.
So you see how you have these little
holes,
like tapered in holes? For these, because the bolts have tapers to them. So when it sits in it, it sits flush.
Oh, okay.
So if you were to put it the other way, you have nothing to bolt it down to.
Oh, okay, damn. It's little shit like that that could hold someone like 10 minutes more trying to figure it out.
And also, let's say for example, one day, like let's say you take your rotor off, right?
Yeah.
And let's say this is just stuck, like rusted shut, impossible to take off.
Oh,
you see these threads right here? Get a 12mm bolt, tighten it in there, and then hit it with the impact,
and then pull out.
Pull out.
Okay, yeah.
That's how I did your drums in the back. Because sometimes the drums will be more difficult, and they have these two holes. Oh, like this one, for example.
Okay, you just. Oh, perfect. Yeah.
You'll thread right in.
And just yank that bitch.
Yeah, look, see, look. Just push the rotor out.
Oh, yeah.
And once you're done, back it out.
I know little shit like that because I follow like mechanic tips and shit.
Yeah, and
videos and shorts.
That's really a thing.
Yeah, they always show that. That's
I'll put a little grease in those.
For sure. 12:38. I thought it was later. What the fuck?
A bit on these. No one's gonna even want to do it.
Yeah, make sure to do this, y'all. Lube it up.
Down that'll be like anti-seize, so.
I'm
pretty sure you could buy new hardware, but some people just leave them off. If you leave them off, it's not gonna kill it. It's just your rotor won't really be like tightened till you put your wheel on.
Yeah.
That makes any sense. And from there, you just go max setting on this and just get
max it out. Fucking go crazy on it. I wanna be ninja. I don't know what I'd do without you, bruh. I'll drop your YouTube for sure. I gotcha.
I should just be asleep right now.
Really? What time did you go to sleep last night? Late as fuck.
Don't even smack it. You see how I barely even hit it?
That's
all you need.
It's all literally.
You can even do it by hand, but I got that.
So
you want, just to be again safe about it.
Oh yeah. They used to be cheaper, yo. They used to be like $3, $5.
You know how I sell these on the side?
Really?
No.
This guy. These are clutch though. You use these for everything, huh? Damn near.
Okay.
I wanna be ninja.
I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know what that means. Honestly, I have to press your piston in or not.
Yeah, that's the thing where I was like, oh, nah, yeah, I'm not doing it. But you need a tool for it.
It's pretty simple. I don't even have the tool on me, but I'll just show you how it's done without it. So, alright. You know what this is right here?
The clip that holds on to the...
Nope.
What is it?
So, you know when you're stopping and you hear fucking all the squeaking? And you're like, hey, what, like, it's hella loud?
Yeah. Oh, it's that.
On your rotor. So...
If you put it wrong.
No.
Oh, it just, that's how it's supposed to be.
So, you see how thick these pads are? How would you know when they're almost dying out?
When they start getting thin as fuck. Like
So you're gonna pull up your car every single time and check your brakes?
Nah.
Sounds hella time consuming, huh?
Yeah.
Well, someone's probably gonna scream at you when they're getting low.
Okay.
So when the brake pad goes all the way down,
yeah.
At that point, you're like at probably like 4 millimeters left of brake pad. So this thing's gonna start going against your rotor. And when you press your brake, it's gonna go up and start screeching.
Yeah,
So when you hear that,
makes sense when someone is loud as shit on Walmart.
And if you look at it too, this lines up like damn near
perfect with the line
when this is
like
gone. So once it's dead flat line, you have about like 4 millimeter of brake pad left. So that's when you're like, okay, like let's say even without like bringing a car in out of shop, you just hear low squeaking.
Okay, yeah, they need to
check your brakes. Start recommending them. You're not super low, but you're like about 4 millimeters, and that way you can know too. And then also, this goes a certain direction. So watch. Like example, where's it at? This one goes in the back. This one goes in the front. So usually,
The back one's on the top.
The way I like doing it, so like let's say for example, you see when the rotor's spinning like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pressing on your brake pad, it's not gonna stay stuck down when it hits. To me, I prefer not to do it like that because if not, then this thing's just gonna keep going. Like it's just gonna stay stuck, if that makes sense. Rather than, let's say, if you put this one on, oh no, it'll be like this. This one's gonna be at the bottom, so you see this one's on top? The little silencer?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not silencer, but the little noise. Rather than when it's on like this will get pulled down.
Yeah.
So instead of it hitting the rotor and just constantly dragging on it,
Yeah.
when the rotor's spinning, this will touch the rotor, but it'll just like pull
Just
away like
nub
that.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of like getting on your rotor,
And just screeching
all
the
the time,
Yeah.
damaging it. You probably can't cut it no more.
Right.
I mean, unless it came like that from the dealer, but I prefer to just drag this. That way, as it's going, it just goes. So when you stop, it just goes back up instead of it constantly holding down and then just
Fucking it
yeah.
up.
That's just my opinion, but
Okay.
and then the other side, it won't have nothing. It'll just blink, boom. The silencer will always. Oh, the silencer. The fucking.
What do you call it?
There's a term for it. I can't remember.
Yeah, a good name that's gonna make you remember why. it's-
Brake pad indicator. I guess you could say, yeah.
That's a good one.
Just put it in the back. The blank one always goes in front. And it goes like that. And then some people don't like to use the new hardware because they tend to screech a lot.
janky?
Yeah. No, not janky, but sometimes the brakes will squeak after a while.
Okay.
Like it'll just make a weird ass noise. So I usually like to. And I just put just some anti-seize on it.
Yeah.
Pretty good. But ain't nothing much to it, to be honest.
What's your front brake setup looking like for you?
Mine are Woolwood.
Oh shit.
Who said, oh shit.
I actually didn't know, so.
Yeah, mine are Woolwood. Mine the 4-piston.
Damn.
So what I'm wondering right now.
Missed that hatch, man.
I didn't see it the last day, huh, when I took it down?
No. Missed that shit. You haven't made a reel on it? Oh, the last reel was when you were. I know exactly where you were. Where the car wash ends.
Nah, I'll
The spot. I seen it with my girl and I was like, fuck, he took my spot. I was like, I'm gonna go wash my whip one day and just park it up right there and just do a nice little reel.
He said he took my spot. I'll have it read. Hold on, let me see the brake one. I think it'll fit better right here. That's one thing I remember. It's not even that, but like, you see how one side has a bigger lip to it?
Yeah.
The bigger lip usually do towards like the front of the caliper, if that makes sense. Which it should be some of them. Yeah, let's see. So you see how this has a small lip and it has a big lip?
Yeah.
Most hardware will be like that, yeah. Boom. Same thing.
In the back, huh?
It was probably the most annoying part, to be honest. You're gonna see why right now. But you're gonna have fun on your side. Okay, so at that point, grab a little right there, grab a little right there.
Where it makes contact, huh?
Yeah, nothing crazy.
Okay.
Use anti-seize so they don't bind up.
On our next chain.
So let's see. It's not actually pretty simple because sometimes they'll have a little lock that makes the brake pad not come out. I think the old ones had it. And I used didn't. So it looks like pretty good then. Be able to put this guy in. Oh no, yeah, they're gonna be annoying. Hardware making this difficult.
What the fuck?
So now we might have to reuse the old ones. Not the worst thing in the world, but
Prefer new.
yeah, or me at least. See what I mean? How tight everything sits?
Oh, yeah. A bit more of it. I get you. It's like made wrong. You have to like force it.
Almost.
It's not OEM.
And that's how most of them are, to be honest. It's not like a bad brand and nothing, but it's just the way they sit. Oh, let me try something out real quick. Check this one out. See if this does anything.
Change it up.
Hands off slippery now, bro. Okay, cool. How'd it go riding?
Oh, crispy as fuck. Nigga.
Bingo. Alright.
That's all it does. Have its hardware for.
Alright, cool. And then this one.
Hopefully this one's the same fucking thing. As long as the hardware's put right.
Come on, buddy.
No, you want to get in there. Come on. Fucking bitch.
There we go. Ah. Is that no hardware? Bingo.
Hey.
All right, let's get to go. Now what I want to see.
That's like the little struggle part.
For the most part, yeah. So like, here's what I meant by your brake pads are still pretty new. There's a new pad compared to the old one. So I'm wondering if I didn't have to press in your caliper.
I don't even have to. It might just be a crispy ass fit. Just like a little tug.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, now we can press it in. No big deal. Yeah, just a little bit. Better work with this method. There's a bunch of ways you can do it. Usually my brake tool I leave at work. Gotta do a lot more brakes over there.
Oh, no, a little bit.
Yeah, all you gotta do is just squeeze it in, as long as you're not dangling it. Boom. So I went in all the way.
What are you moving? This hand?
Yeah.
This right here.
So you see the centerpiece?
Yeah.
This is your brake piston.
Piston,
This
yeah.
is the actual outer boot. This right here will see all the brake fluid in. So like, for example, you know when your brake fluid goes low? When your car, you know how it has a mix or max and a min?
Yeah.
What do you typically do when you see it going low?
You refill it?
Why do you refill it?
Because if not, you won't have that fluid going into this. And then that's when you'll have it all dried up, no?
I'm telling you right now, that's wrong.
Really?
You're not supposed to refill it, ever.
What?
You're not supposed to refill it.
You're supposed to bleed it?
Nope.
Hey, wait, what?
So,
Fuck, I refill it and shit.
so let's say for example, what do you call it? Let's say you're driving one day, right?
Yeah.
And your brake fluid's at minimum.
Yeah.
So what you would do is look underneath. Do you have any leaks? Do you have any leaks? No.
No.
So when your piston comes out, as your brakes are wearing down, your brakes come out, pistons come out, come out, come out, come out. So right here is a pocket of brake fluid. And as your piston comes out, that room that this piston used is now being emptied. So what has to fill that empty gap? Brake fluid.
Brake fluid, yeah.
So instead of it being in there, the fluid that's extra is in here.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense.
It stores down there?
So okay, you have your caliper, right? And then you have your piston coming out. Your piston's coming out, coming out, coming out. Now the piston, instead of being in this whole gap as it's coming out, you have this whole area now. So instead of it being like filled with this cylinder, now it's filled in with brake fluid that was once in your reservoir. Same thing with the backs, everywhere. As your brakes are flowing, they're coming back here and filling this pocket up. So when you do your brand new brakes again, and you push your piston back in, all the fluid that was taken up in the caliper goes back into your reservoir.
Oh, so there's no need to keep
So that's why,
overflowing
yeah.
it.
So
and
that's
if
why,
you leak, it's probably because you overflow it.
probably just like a busted line or something. That's what like you have to check. So when it shows minimum, that's another indication of, all right, how can I check my brakes? How can I check if my brakes are bad without having to pop my, or like check your brakes up and everything?
And jack this bitch.
Look at your fluid. If your fluid's going low,
Uh-huh.
where is it going? To all four. So that means if your fluid's getting low, it's filling up space somewhere, and that space is being used up because your brake pad's getting low.
Okay.
So that's another way to look at it. That's why, like at work, if we look at the reservoir, if we look at the reservoirs and we see at minimum, we check for leaks. If there's no leaks, it's a good indication that the brakes are wearing down.
Okay.
Without having to hear the screeching still.
That's another little. That's a good tip.
Wow, this shit should go. Right back in. And bingo. I didn't grease none of the sliders up because they're already pre-greased prior.
For sure. They
But-
did look hella greasy, so we chillin'.
From here.
Feed them in. How you liking that tool?
It's a little too convenient, to be honest with you.
Does that have a spec? 85.
This goes to 150 foot-pounds.
Not even fucking wheels.
Nah, you go like 17, so just like tight. And at that point, guess what? What do you do next?
You don't have another top one over here? You already put.
Remember, those are
There's
just
two
of them?
bolts, right? Is that one and this one? Just one?
Remember how I told you some of them have two, some of them
Okay.
have one? So on this one, it only has one, and this is just meant as a slider.
Ah.
And if it has two of them, then you can still use a slider, or you take bolt off and you just rip this whole piece off.
After this,
What do you do?
get your brake cleaner and clean the brake, and it's done.
Yours is done. Yeah.
And it's done. Yeah. Let's go.
You send it to like 60 and fucking see if you survive.
Don't we have to bleed it?
No.
No.
So do you know when you have to bleed it?
When they're fucking soft as shit.
Pretty much. So like, let's say the time you do have to bleed it is when you get air in the system.
Oh yeah, that.
When you get air in the system. So like, think of it like a straw. So let's say you're first blowing into the straw in a cup. And you get like a bunch of air pockets.
Yeah.
You're bleeding out that straw, getting it to like have no like bubbles or anything like that. I don't know if that's making sense.
Yeah, no, that is.
So those little bubbles you see will be in the line. If I took this brake line out and I let fluid come out, boom, done deal. You gotta bleed it. There's no other way around it. You just expose it to air.
Yeah.
So at that point, then you have to go press it. But right here, we didn't mess with the brake fluid. All we did was just send it back to your reservoir. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
When I pushed it back in, it pushed a little fluid back into your reservoir. That's it.
No,
Nothing
that
crazy.
hella makes sense for sure. I've been paying attention to all this shit.
So yeah, that's the only time you have to bleed your brakes.
Okay.
Ever. Replacing your brake line, your caliper.
I thought you had to bleed them every time you get them done.
No.
Okay.
If they're spongy, do you know why they get spongy?
If they're spongy, if what spongy? When you brake?
Your brake pedal.
Not soft. You're not talking about soft.
No, so okay. So do you know if you can compress fluid? Can you compress fluid? Like if you were to have fluid, can you compress it?
Yeah.
You can compress fluid?
No, just splash.
Right? It would just stay stuck. You can't. Alright. Let's say if you had a balloon, can you compress it?
Nah.
You can't. You can squish a balloon, right?
Yeah, you could.
So you think if it had like, let's say,
Water.
super high like tense water, you think you'd be able to squeeze it as much? Not really, right?
Nah,
So
not as much.
think of this as I'm gonna try to make it make sense of it. Think of this as a balloon with water. If you squeeze it, it's not gonna really do much, but just expand more, which is that piston. Let's see if it has air in it. Super squishy, right? Super squishy, like you can basically pop it.
Yeah.
Think of it as your brake pedal. When it's squishy, that's because it has air in the system.
Okay.
And over time, brake fluid, when it gets hot, what happens when things get hot?
That boiling.
Boil. What happens when you boil stuff? What happens when you boil water?
Steamy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Steam. What is steam?
It's like air. Hot air.
Air.
It's much air.
Exactly. So after a long time of you braking and braking and braking and braking, what do your brakes do? They get hot.
Yeah.
Things tend to steam up in here. You get air in your system.
That's when you gotta
and that's when it gets squishy.
Yep.
So that's why I don't know if you noticed your brake fluid, something is like kind of black. It's just used up, not all dirty. That's when you bleed it. You're taking out all the nastiness, all the air out of it. So when you're done, you have nothing but fluid in it, and you're good. Makes sense?
Yeah, hell yeah, it does.
Because I'm gonna fucking mash it on that.
Must be nice to be rich.
Hey bro, can I record my setup here?
Without your consent? Sheesh. My dream seats in the rear. My dream OEM seats. Tell you that much.
Sorry, my Type R seats.
Type R seats? You ain't got no damn Type R seats.
Our cars.
Oh.
Saw you.
What's the price looking like? I feel like I just do OEM seats because I'm on a slow ass car.
The lower OEM.
Yeah, on that car, not on a fucking automatic. One blind headlight car. Fuck that. Hella janky. They're fucking hard, but they still wouldn't even make my shit look better. It just make it look worse, cause.
You know the Type R version of your car comes with those, right?
Really?
Gucci. Here's another thing though, I will tell you.
What happened?
Nobody ever does when they do the freaking calipers. So right now I just press the piston in, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So when you press the piston in, obviously your brake pads, they're thick. But your actual caliper can technically expand more than the thickness of your brake pads.
Uh-huh.
So that means you have a gap now between your piston and your brake caliper. I mean your brake pad. Your piston and your brake pad.
Uh-huh.
So what happens when you press your brakes?
It's not gonna even fucking break.
Stop. Exactly, it's not.
Oh.
So you know what you have to do every time you at least do this?
Uh-huh.
Pump it.
Okay, pump
That
it.
way the piston that pushed all the way in,
Uh-huh.
as you're pumping it, you get closer and closer and closer and closer. So once it touches the brake pad,
There you
the
go.
fluid really got used up again. I don't know if that makes sense, but
No, yeah.
because if not, you can literally, I swear to God, that's gonna happen. You're gonna do your brakes, or someone will do it, not pump it, go in reverse, try to slow down. Bye.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Not gonna happen. So, yeah, that's pretty much done.
I should have. Nah, I ain't that. The calipers ain't too bad. They're probably gonna say you should have spray painted them before you did it. Don't hit the rental. I need to wrap my car. Hard. Still at it. Got my bitch ass at it.